Jeffrey Preston Bezos is an American entrepreneur, media proprietor, investor, computer engineer, and commercial astronaut. He's the founder, executive chairman, and former president and CEO of Amazon. A brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. You earn reputation by trying to do hard things well. The human brain is an incredible pattern matching machine. We see our customers as invited guests to a party, and we are the hosts. It's our job every day to make every important aspect of the customer experience a little bit better. I believe you have to be willing to be misunderstood if you're going to innovate. If you do build a great experience, customers tell each other about that. Word of mouth is very powerful. If you're competitor focused, you have to wait until there is a competitor doing something. Being customer focused allows you to be more pioneering. What consumerism really is, at its worst, is getting people to buy things that don't actually improve their lives. The best customer service is if the customer doesn't need to call you, doesn't need to talk to you. It just works. I think frugality drives innovation, just like other constraints do. One of the only ways to get out of a tight box is to invent your way out. The common question that gets asked in business is, why? That's a good question, but an equally valid question is, why not? There are two ways to extend a business. Take inventory of what you're good at and extend out from your skills, or determine what your customers need and work backward, even if it requires learning new skills. Kindle is an example of working backward. There are two kinds of companies. Those that work to try to charge more, and those that work to charge less. We will be the second. We've had 3 big ideas at Amazon that we've stuck with for 18 years, and they're the reason we're successful. Put the customer first. Invent. It is very difficult to get people to focus on the most important things when you're in boom times. Real estate is the key cost of physical retailers. That's why there's the old saw, location, location, location. The thing that motivates me is a very common form of motivation. And that is, with other folks counting on me, it's so easy to be motivated. Amazon.com strives to be the e-commerce destination where consumers can find and discover anything they want to buy online. Great industries are never made from single companies. There is room and space for a lot of winners. Market leadership can translate directly to higher revenue, higher profitability, greater capital velocity, and correspondingly stronger returns on invested capital. The solar system can support 1 trillion humans. And then we'd have 1,000 Mozarts and 1,000 Einsteins. If your customer base is aging with you, then eventually you are going to become obsolete or irrelevant. You need to be constantly figuring out who are your new customers and what are you doing to stay forever young. Beautiful speech doesn't need protection. It's ugly speech that needs protection. We have these cultural norms that allow people to say really ugly things. You don't have to invite them to your dinner party, but you should let them say it. I think there are going to be a bunch of tablet-like devices. It's really a different product category. People will visit Mars. They will settle Mars, and we should because it's cool. We expect all our businesses to have a positive impact on our top and bottom lines. Profitability is very important to us, or we wouldn't be in this business. Humans are unbelievably data efficient. You don't have to drive 1 million miles to drive a car, but the way we teach a self-driving car is have it drive 1 million miles. Mediocre theoretical physicists make no progress. They spend all their time understanding other people's progress. What we want to be is something completely new. There is no physical analog for what Amazon.com is becoming. If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness. Life's too short to hang out with people who aren't resourceful. Your margin is my opportunity. The great thing about fact-based decisions is that they overrule the hierarchy. Part of company culture is path-dependent. It's the lessons you learn along the way. If you don't understand the details of your business, you are going to fail. I'm skeptical of any mission that has advertisers at its centerpiece. In the old world, you devoted 30% of your time to building a great service and 70% of your time to shouting about it. In the new world, that inverts. My own view is that every company requires a long-term view. A company shouldn't get addicted to being shiny, because shiny doesn't last. I'd rather interview 50 people and not hire anyone than hire the wrong person. I knew that if I failed, I wouldn't regret that, but I knew the one thing I might regret is not trying. The most important single thing is to focus obsessively on the customer. Our goal is to be Earth's most customer-centric company. All of my best decisions in business and in life have been made with heart, intuition, guts, not analysis. The good news for shareowners is that a single big winning bet can more than cover the cost of many losers. Invention is by its very nature disruptive. If you want to be understood at all times, then don't do anything new. What's dangerous is not to evolve, not to invent, not to improve the customer experience. It's not an experiment if you know it's going to work. I very much believe the internet is indeed all it is cracked up to be. For people who are readers, reading is important to them. Cultures, for better or worse, are very stable. I think the definition of a book is changing.